Hey guys, so it's the last day of September, so I decided to do some Harry Potter drawings from memory though, so I haven't looked at these fellas in a while. I mean, I guess I watched the movies, but as far as looking at an image, I haven't. So this one is Voldemort, and I just start out by blocking out basic shapes. Um, I hate to say it, but it is helpful to start with the eyes just because they're in the center of the face. But I think if you focus too much on the eyes, then you kind of forget about the rest of the drawing. And this is a quick one, so I don't really think it matters. But yeah, I'm just trying to block in Voldemort's freaky head. Uh, if I'm remembering that he has smooth skin, but I felt like it was pretty sunken in, so I tried to use some lines to show that. Not really wrinkles, but with the marker, trying to add in some shadow without cross hatching or anything like that. So I'm not trying to make him look wrinkly. I'm oddly enough trying to make him look smooth, I guess. Yep, and here we are with the eyes. But I think one of the biggest things I learned in drawing that has helped me the most is to just start with those basic shapes. So, like that half circle shape I did of his eye socket, that's so helpful to me. And yeah, here are some of those sunken in lines, just trying to show the shape of the eye socket. I didn't really know how to deal with his mouth. You'll see that. I think he kind of looks like Squidward right now, which is funny. And I think he ends up looking more like Squidward until I change it. Couldn't remember if he had eyebrows, but I was pretty sure he didn't, so I left them off. I've looked at a picture since. Still don't remember if he has eyebrows, but I don't think he does. Here I am focusing on the eyes again, even though I said I don't like to. I'm just trying to make them look like black and scary because I don't want him to look like sexy Squidward. I want him to be like creepy Voldemort. I do some weird things with his nose because he doesn't have one. I didn't really know how to deal with it at first because usually you can again use a basic shape and block in from there, but because it's kind of that weird flat thing, I wasn't really sure what to do. Here I am playing around with his weird mouth. I add teeth, and you'll see that I take them away. You see, I waited. I didn't know if I wanted to do it, but I guess they don't read completely like teeth right now. I start to build in his outline. I don't typically like to start with an outline because then I feel trapped, and sometimes you try to smush everything in. So that's why I was talking about starting with the shapes within, working your way out, and then I can just kind of fill in around instead of trying to fit everything inside. Really trying to make him just look like a skull, I guess, with really like almost like a piece of plastic pulled over a skull, I guess. I give him a little hump in his head to try to make him look less like Squidward. I don't think he had that, but I did. I think he looks a little like a Star Wars character. So I start to block in his cape cloak thing so that I'm not just working his head the whole time. Back on the eyes again. I do think I start to overwork the eyes because I keep going back into them, but I think that's just because I'm trying very quickly to make it look like smooth skin, and I don't really know how to deal with it yet. His head kind of looks like a potato, especially with all the lines I'm adding. Like a nice root vegetable. Coming back in the mouth. I think I fixed it here. I can't tell because my hand's in the way, but yeah, I think that ends up being pretty close to what the mouth looks like. But yeah, again, don't want to overwork the mouth. I think that a big thing is not overworking things. It's so easy to just keep drawing back over it, and then you're self-conscious about it, and then it ends up becoming the first thing everyone notices because it's so dark and worked. I try to draw with the end of the pen. When you really need to be accurate, you gotta hold it more like a pencil, I guess. But you can stay loose easier if you hold it further back. It's hard to do. The table I'm at is kind of high, and filming it is kind of weird. I'm sort of like trapped in, but blocking in his fingers now. I don't remember if he had black nails, but I did it just to. I felt like his fingernails got lost in what I was drawing, so I colored them in. And I do like that little swirly on his knuckle. I think that's kind of fun. I think maybe they did it in Hercules or something, or like Ed, Ed and Eddie, they do it on people's ears, something like that. But I just figured the more bumps in his fingers, the better. Just make them wrinkly, lumpy little things, because he has some freaky hands. But yeah, I think we can agree it doesn't look like movie Voldemort, but I don't know. Another thing I try not to do, and I'm doing it a little here, and his face really looks like it, is to go back over things. Like I said, to overdraw, but it's nice to have just one confident line, put something down, and then you can come back later if you don't like it. But I think some of the kind of scribbling I'm doing is because I'm not looking at anything, so I'm just trying to fill it in with my brain. Like I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So that's why it's really helpful to draw from life, which is, I guess, typically what I would do, or like draw from or any kind of reference, like a photo. Because when you make it up in your head, as you can see, you can get close, but it'll be weird. But he is a fictional character, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm putting in some shadows here. His hand, I felt like was feeling flat and lost. And then I start to put in some lighter work on his cloak so that his hand felt like it was in front. I don't know if I kind of undo that work by adding in more cloak, but I decided to add an Adam's apple. I don't know why. I thought Voldemort might have one, but it kind of gets lost, so I think that's a good thing. And then I give him like a crew neck t-shirt, so I quickly try to like throw in that weird. I just remember seeing his chest a lot when he wore his cloak, which weirded me out because it's so pale. So I tried to add that V in so you wouldn't look at his little, I don't know, Hanes t-shirt deal. I start stippling. Again, don't know how to deal with his skin, so I figured skin has a bunch of little dots on it, so I'll just throw some dots in. I'm putting in shadow in his eyes just to make him feel more sunken in now. I think that helps with that overlooked work feeling, because it's not just a bunch of lines. It's again like it looks like a little more confidence in that line. And then here's some mystical Voldemort-esque wispies in the background. And that's it.